afternoon, conference. It's good to be back. Can I just say that I have missed you, that I have missed Parliament. This has been the hardest and the best 6 months of my life. And can I tell you one thing? People who say they sleep like a baby clearly don't have one. But for what I'm lacking in rest, I am making up for in maternal pride, because Finn is a joy. He is such a fast learner, and he has his own cheeky personality, or at least he did yesterday when I said to him, and this is the button that broadcasts Mummy's rehearsal to the whole press room. I honestly can't thank the NHS doctors and midwives enough for looking after me and Finn and Jen all through the pregnancy, the birth, and the crucial first few weeks. They really were amazing. But it's not just the medical personnel that I need to thank, because the only reason that I could confidently take a step back to be with my family was because I knew that Jackson Carlaw was more than able to step up. Now, everybody knows that I campaigned for Remain because I am a believer in the benefit of wider unions. But I also believe that if we say that a decision is so big, is so far-reaching, that it cannot be taken by politicians alone, that it must be handed back to the people, then we have to listen to the answer that they give. And if you believe in democracy, you don't get to choose which votes are upheld and which are cast aside. And before we're nationalists or unionists or Leavers or Remainers, we need to be democrats. 17.5 million people across the UK, including over 1 million in Scotland, voted to leave the EU. And it is only by respecting that vote that we can hope to bring this country back together. Now, I have said many times that I would happily never fight another constitutional referendum in my lifetime, because binary choices push people into tribes, and complex questions of national and personal identity, of the structure of nations and the institutions on which they're built, of law and of trade and of terms and of treaties, cannot be reduced to a single word, yes or no, leave or remain. And having been pushed into tribes, we act amazed when people become tribal and treat compromise as a dirty word. But compromise we must, because right now, the Brexit stalemate we see in the political classes serves no one. In yesterday's local government elections, we saw angry voters give both the Labour Party and our own party an almighty kicking. And no wonder, because voters expect promises to be kept. And the solution, it doesn't lie in the trenches of one extreme or another, of overturning the referendum or of crashing out with no deal. It lies in those colleagues who are currently around the table taking the difficult first steps towards each other. So I say to the negotiating teams of our party and the Labour Party, who are currently locked in talks, get Brexit sorted, get a deal over the line, and let Britain move on. We have come so far as a party, and we've done it in a really short space of time. But I'm here to tell you today, if we're going to complete this task, if we're going to get Scotland back on track, it's not enough to try from the opposition benches. We need to be in government. So I'm back because I want to put Scotland's constitutional division aside, to allow the country to come back together again. I want us to become the largest party in 2021 so that we can see all of the effort and hours and manpower that the current nationalist administration puts into NDREF2 being put into improving our schools, into growing our economy, into supporting our services. I'm back because I want us to build a better Scotland right here, right now. Now, that election is still 2 years away. But today it's time that we fire the starting gun on that campaign, to ready ourselves for the challenge. And here's the choice that people will face. The SNP saying, we know we've had 14 years, but give us another 5. arguing that they can't make things better without putting us all through another referendum first. When independence is top of their list, everything else comes second. Their primary focus will always be on delivering division before it's on delivering people's priorities. But I have a more positive view of Scotland's future. I reject their mantra that says that we have to break up before we can possibly hope to prosper. I don't see Scotland as subjugated or put upon or held back. Our message, coming from this hall right now, is that Scotland can prosper now, that we can back our businesses.